Well, I've been waiting for it, and there we have it, the Apple Watch 7. A smartwatch with which you can not only listen to music offline, receive all kinds of messages and reply to them, but it also has a great GPS and a whole bunch of health features. Hey folks, my name is Leonard, you're watching a product reviewer, and that's me. The design of the Apple Watch 7 really hasn't changed that much over the past 7 years. It is available in more colors and materials than any other smartwatch, but the design almost stayed identical. The Apple Watch 7 has a square case, but round edges and lots of sensors on the backside. You could say it's the smallest computer from Apple. It is very light and feels smooth on your skin, and it's water resistant up to 50 meters. Right now I'm wearing the 41mm green aluminum version, which means it's the smaller model, but you can also get it in 45mm. But I would only suggest that one if you have bigger wrists and forearms. Overall, there are 5 different colors with the aluminum style, 3 in stainless steel and 2 in matte titanium. The more expensive materials have a sapphire glass instead of the INX, but the INX is still supposed to be very durable since it's 50% thicker than on the older ones. The only buttons are the side button, with which you can open up all tabs, turn on the watch, or you can even call an emergency. The upper button is your main tool for navigation through this watch. It is rotatable and gets you to all of your apps. You can set timers or customize your watch faces. By swiping up, you will get to your quick panel, and swiping down gets you to your notifications. If you swipe left or right, you will only scroll through your different watch faces, which you put in your rotation. Now, speaking of that, even though we still have no third-party watch faces, we still get a whole bunch of different customizable watch faces. Starting at some minimalistic ones, over to some analog ones, very functional ones with lots of metrics, or even very personal watch faces. You can also change your straps in a matter of seconds. It's just super easy to do. Now, the most important update this year is the display. It is not only 20% bigger, but the edges are even 40% smaller. And overall, the watch only grew by 1mm. I think the Apple Watch looks very modern if you compare it to other smartwatches. There are even new watch faces to go all the way to the edges, and apps got increased by 10% in size. The display is just awesome. Brightness and resolution are top notch. The brightness of the always on display got increased by 70%, so now it's easier to read. The always on display mode also slowly fades in when it turns on, which I very much like. Now let's take a quick peek at some specs. Now with the Apple Watch 6, we had the best processor of any smartwatch, which was the S6. Now we have the same processor in the Apple Watch 7, just with a newer name S7. That means the Apple Watch 7 didn't get any faster or more energy efficient, but the good news are that the competition didn't even catch up to the S6, which means the Apple Watch 7 still has the best processor that you can get in any smartwatch. Like I already mentioned, you can receive all kinds of messages like WhatsApp, SMS, email, Instagram, and a lot more. And you can even reply to messages by either using one of the quick reply answers, you can write your very own text, or use the microphone to dictate what you want to say. You can also use the watch for navigation, you can set multiple timers at once, or listen to offline music while you're working out. Now, speaking of working out, the health aspects of the Apple Watch 7 are one of its main focus points. Of course, you have all-day heart rate monitoring, which was actually pretty accurate as I was comparing it to my H10 chest band during some of my workouts. On the average heart rate, it was only off by like 1 beat, and in the maximum, it was off by like 7 to 8 beats. But pretty awesome. Now we also get a sleep tracker that can track your respiration rate during the night as well. You may not be able to see it on your watch, but you can look it up on your iPhone. Over here you see your heart rate during the night as well. You also have an SpO2 tracker, an ECG function which really makes weird noises every once in a while, and a rather accurate built-in GPS. It was off by a few meters every now and then, but overall pretty good. Now we can't go through every app since that would just take way too long, but let me tell you that you can call your friends and family right from your wrist. You can either look in the address book or just punch in any number. Depending on which Apple Watch you have, you will either need your smartphone nearby or just can leave that one at home. The Apple Watch 7 also has a weather widget, which even shows you a forecast for the next week. You have basically every sport mode covered, starting from standard stuff like walking, running, and hiking, all the way to swimming, HIIT trainings, dance workouts, or even Tai Chi. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the battery life. Don't matter if you have the big one or a small version, it will definitely last the whole day. After work, I got home and had like 40% left, which is enough for the rest of the day, the night, and an alarm in the morning. The Apple Watch Series 7 charges up to 33% faster, which is fast enough to give me enough battery life for a whole day, while I'm making my breakfast in the morning and take a quick shower. Now there's still one thing that I have to mention about the Apple Watch 7, which is that the wireless charging is still not a thing. While other brands like Samsung already included wireless charging through a station or your smartphone, the Apple Watch 7 is still slacking behind. And in addition to that, the Apple Watch 7 needs to be charged with the newer cable if you want to make use of the faster charging time. So what do I think about the Apple Watch Series 7? Not everyone needs an Apple Watch, especially if you're looking at the price of 430 euros for the 41mm version, which can even go up to 530 euros. So there are definitely some other cheaper options for you out there which are almost as good. Now don't get me wrong, the Apple Watch 7 is a great smartwatch, and if you're an iPhone user, there's definitely no better option for you than get an Apple Watch 7 if you're looking for a smartwatch. They just sync up way too good. But if you're an Android user like me, there are definitely some other smartwatch options out there for you, like the Galaxy Watch 4, the Garmin Venue 2, which are almost as good, but not quite as expensive. For me, the best features of the Apple Watch 7 are definitely the bigger display and that it charges up to 33% faster. So what are your favorite features? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready for some tips, tricks, and hidden features of the Apple Watch 7, just click that video. And with that being said, see you the next time. Peace.